Alright, so I know this attack probably should have been done first, but this is the same one. Hey guys, it's Legit here, and this is just going to be a really quick episode. I didn't have a lot of time to record and stuff, so I figured I'd just make a quick episode for you guys to showcase something that happened. It was spectacular. Actually, two things that are, one that's happening, one that's happened. As you can see, first thing, I have almost completely maxed out both my gold and elixir storages. Interesting, just something to think about. And the next thing is, we've had a nearly flawless war. It was beautiful. So looks like this clan was pretty inactive. We absolutely wrecked their faces off. So I'm just going to show you guys two attacks that I did, and then some of the defense from the other team, the most heroic, but they do not have a most heroic attack. And I'm just going to show you guys just some of the basic stuff, overviewing the war. So let's get into the most heroic attack on our team is my attack, and the most heroic defense is Ferrat. So I'm going to go ahead and just do mine first because things, and this will get one of my attacks out of the way. So I went in with a go wipe, as I usually do in wars, and I don't know why it's taking so long for it to start. There we go. So there was nothing in the clan castle. I dropped a poison spell on the queen, but she kind of ran away from it, which I was very upset about. So it didn't really affect her at all. I tried to get some units in after that, just kind of to lure her out, but it was too late. The poison spell was gone. So I had a little bit of trouble with her. Nothing really too big though. My wizards took care of her. So I just dropped in my golems and wall breakers, got through those walls, got into the next compartment. I did have a giant bomb which wiped out a lot of my wizards, but I dropped in my P.E.K.K.A. soon after just to kind of take their place, get some of these buildings. They shot straight for the center. It was beautiful, right with my king. All my mightiest forces just right in the center there, taking out everything. I got rid of those expos as soon as possible, just so they wouldn't be too much of a hazard for my troops. And then I moved on to the rest of the base. Now I believe this was not the raid, but there was a point in time when I could have just quit with the 2-star and my king's health would have been saved, but I just left it going just because I wanted to see how much of a percentage I would get. As you can see, my P.E.K.K.A.s were not faring too well, so I just ended it right before my king died at 65%. So it was a pretty good attack. I was happy with it. Not really anything to complain. I got the 2-star. That's really all I was going for. So and then I'll go into the most heroic defense. Whoops. Nobody look at that. Everybody probably saw that. So this was the most heroic defense. The attacker was Ryan, who is new to the clan, against Ferrat of the Unbalanced 5. So it's kind of an ironic name for this war. So he went in with hogs, and he wasted all 3 of his heal spells right away, and a giant bomb took out the hogs. And then he wasted his wall breakers that he didn't really need, and then he put in some archers, and they're all going to die, and he put in 2 dragons, which are also going to die. So he definitely went wrong with those heal spells, and the level 1 hogs against the level 3 or 2 or whatever giant bombs. He should probably, you just got to look out for those 2 spot base gaps, so he probably shouldn't have deployed them up there. He probably should have deployed them from this corner so they would have gone for that mortar and into the center. But, you know, it was a good war to learn, and his dragon got wrecked. So 40%, he was really close. It was a good learning experience. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of my attacks, and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the next attack. It is on a very rushed, malnourished Town Hall 9. Again, I just tried to lure over here with 1 archer. As you'll see, I'm not sure why it took me so long to start. But yeah, I dropped down an archer right on this gold storage. Nothing came out of the clan castle, so then I proceeded with my attack, which I believe, I'm not really positive where I came from. I dropped a poison spell on the king because they did not have a queen, and I did get him this time. I didn't make the same mistake I did last time. So he did walk out of it for a brief second there, but I believe he'll walk right back into it. And I just deployed my golems up here. There we go. So let's just watch the regular attack. So I had giants in the clan castle. I believe they were level 5, so they helped my golems just a bit. And I actually had quite a few of them, so I had some good cover for my wizards. And they also helped with destroying the defenses, unlike the golems, which just kind of are useless. So I dropped my P.E.K.K.A.s in behind them, and they just kind of generally wrecked everything. Also, the fact that the giants were so focused on the defenses and pushed through the walls pretty fast helped my P.E.K.K.A.s get to where I wanted them to be, right at that town hall. So I'm pretty close to the 2-star, just kind of waiting on some extra buildings here, which should not be much of a problem at all. Taking down that wizard tower, and some of my P.E.K.K.A.s are dying now. Just the one is on his deathbed here. He's gone down to that horrible Tesla over there. So we do have the 50%, and my king is still like full health. So I was debating whether or not to end the raid, which I really should have done, but I didn't. I was stubborn, and I wanted to see how much I could get again, and I did get higher than last time. So that was kind of cool. But I ended up, my king got hit by a giant bomb, and then by a cannon, and then by the other king. So he died, and I didn't really have anything left. So I ended the raid there with 71%, which was pretty good, but I could have saved my king's health, which kind of sucked. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys one more star attack from the war, and yeah, that's probably where we'll call this episode quits. So I'll see you guys in just a second. So this is the first attack in the war by tmartin12. You guys can check him out on YouTube or on Instagram under tmartinclash. I'm going to shout him out probably a couple of times. But yeah, just make sure to check him out. So this is the first attack in war. He did this one, and it was a pretty good attack. So we're going to go ahead and take a look. He dropped his golem over here and a bunch of wall breakers, which are probably unnecessary, but whatever floats your boat. So he has level 2 P.E.K.K.A.s behind everything, which did kind of go over to the side there. But he's got a bunch of wizards going towards the center, so he should be fine as long as he doesn't get hit by any giant bombs or mortars or anything. So he takes out the town hall. He's got 1 star. His king is going around with a bunch of P.E.K.K.A.s trying to get that 2-star. He's gotten the 2-star. So now it's basically just seeing whether or not he can get the 3-star, which is not going to happen. But he lets it play through anyway, kind of the same way I did, and he gets pretty close here. So his P.E.K.K.A.s are going to go get some of those last defenses. He drops a poison on the enemy king just to help him out a little bit. That gold storage, archer tower, but all the Teslas were in the same place, so it was kind of bad news for him. So 91%, kind of a kick in the pants, but it's okay. It's still a good attack, still a 2-star. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this episode of War Attacks, please leave a like and a hate comment down in the comment section below. And if you're feeling extra special, you could subscribe or favorite the video, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.